hey, it's June still, but now it's 21st, and it's 9:48 a.m. What? Prosecutor Von Karma, you mean...
No, I heard it's a successor this time.
Sure. Manfred von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks and all so he could win.
He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. And red.
Like he's not perfect.
He had a perfect record because he was perfect for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. He trick-or-treated too many times. And now his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be.
It's no good!
Mystic Maya!
Oh, that's her. Pearly! You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way!
I was really worried about you.
Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together?
Mother's watching. Over there! Over the trainees. She said that they have a training for 2 days straight with no breaks.
Huh? Then you came all by yourself?
Yep. I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. I know how to read maps. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. That sight can't, oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man.
Pearly, what happened about the train?
Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it?
I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma.
Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that?
He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Objection. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It's objection. It was always back and forth with them, but when you're really rivals.
Maya, please don't mention that name ever again.
Huh? But why, Nick?
I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone, and he's not coming back.
I'm concerned. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly before. Please proceed into the courtroom.
Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway.
Nick? Oh no. Thoughts. It's still June.
But it's 10.
20. What is 10? Oh my god. Dun. Court is now in session for the trial of Mayfire.
Okay.
I'm Loopy. Are the prosecution and the defendant prepared?
I'm concerned that you're drunk.
So okay, I had ice cream. He looks from a different anime.
That's a girl, by the way.
The girl looks like from a different anime that looks like a guy.
What is with this kid?
Mr. Wright, are you prepared?
Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me?
Is it really a girl? Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's hard to tell. Hold on.
You gotta take your drinks.
I do. Mr. Phoenix Wright? You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct?
Hold on, so she's the famed successor to Prosecutor Von Karma.
Same. I am
Francisca.
Francisca von Karma, the prodigy. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for...
It cut you off.
Yeah, because my fucking...
What the fuck did you do?
Revenge. She has a whip.
Revenge. It's about her father, Manfred von Karma.
It's something of a personal nature. I'm sure you can... Ow! I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Like, oh my god.
Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg you.
Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Is she fucking like one of the Sailor Scouts?
Yes! I'll punish you. Prosecutor Van Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of on Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defendant's position?
Your Honor?
Does the defendant wish to enter a plea of not guilty?
Yes.
Foolishly dreams of foolish dreams.
Okay.
10 minutes and
yes,
10
10
times.
times.
I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense. Plead is no time.
Justified self-defense? Plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of himself. We could have very easily made a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because of plea justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone.
Very well. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Wright, then I shall now call the first witness.
She's just as scary as her father. Like bitch, I suppose.
Why am I doing here? Witness, your name and occupation? Yes, sir. My name is Nick. My name is Dick, not Nick. I'm not you. Go to. I'm a detective. The local precinct. Get to the point already.
He was.
Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. I'll just pause it here. Please look at this map. The challenging changeling chamber has no windows, and it's very challenging. And the door was there at the time of the murder. Only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were challenging the they're challenging the spirits, sir.
Same.
They really want me to say this. Channeling a spirit?
Oh, hey, you actually said it right.
I know.
That's quite the look of disbelief, Your Honor.
Anyway, a few minutes after challenges started, gunshots were heard. They went blasting. I'm from the inside and outside, and sir, a few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's when they found the victim was already dead, correct? Burps. I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever preside over. Floor, please.
A diagram of the channeling room.
But we also have photos, so...
Yeah.
How was the victim killed? Oh, I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time then. Choose a death. The direct case of death with a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from a point-blank range. Where's the gun? But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instant death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the jaw of first victim off after stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir.
So where's the knife at, then?
Well, where's the knife and the gun?
I think the gun is in custody, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
The knife was never brought up.
The court accepts it into evidence, Mr. Wright. You may question witness.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. What the victim was stabbed. Wait, the victim was shot. Stabbed. Stabbed, and what was he stabbed with? Okay, there is the knife. A fruit knife.
A fruit knife.
Okay.
I see. And who knife was it? Looks like it belongs to the Fays, sir. Of course. The Fays' fingerprints are all over it. Of course it is. All over it, huh? Yeah, it's fucked up. Well, you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Bitch.
I'll say it in.
Okay.
He's so angry about it.
Nothing sounds out of place so far. I should try to learn more about the murder weapons for now. Okay. Murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it?
It was the victim's.
Okay. The victim. Now, why would he have...
Objection. Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is with whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints. These were fingerprints. Along with the victims. The defendant AFAs were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were there, left on the murder weapon.
I walked right into her hands there. Point blank, huh? So how far away is that?
Anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away.
And how do you know he was shot at point blank?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, I grow tired of the foolishy of the foolish fools of this fooly country.
Okay. Excuse me.
Gunpowder burned. Burn.
Gunpowder burn.
And burnt. When something is shot from the point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead.
Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. I mean, I knew that, but okay.
Okay,
I already did that one.
Hold it up.
How severe was the wound?
If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have been hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand.
His testimony makes it sound like Maya had stabbed him with the intention to kill. You sure he was stabbed first, then shot?
Yep. Sure as sure can be sure. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix, Wright?
Ugh, what a pain.
That's enough. You have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. He turned to a girl for a second.
He did.
The data and time of death was June 9th at 3:15 p.m.
19th, but okay.
19th. It wasn't 18th. I said it wrong. Anyways, eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. Yeah. Okay, I'm not crazy. 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them, huh? This does seem like a shut case. I've done my I've done naturally. She just got a bow.
It's going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme.
Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel on yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there? That's quite true, Mr. Wright.
Yes?
Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the option of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See? Just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. Will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change as justified self-defense because now would be the time to do so? This is your final chance.
This is a huge decision. Better think this all the way through. No, I am not guilty. She's not guilty. We're everything. Yeah.
There's more to the story.
If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. Can't let that happen. Your Honor?
Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright?
The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. Ow.
Ow. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright, detective. Yes, sir.
What?
Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir. No, you see, your proceedings are run by... Ow. Oh yeah, of course. Go ahead, detective, give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. It's alright, pal. But there's even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. I mean, her clothes, but okay. See, it's covered in blood. Yes? The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. How do we know that? This is his costume? There currently is evidence of a back spray of blood on this. This piece directly links my fate to the crime, sir. I close my eyes to that. I see the court accepts that into evidence.
Maya's costume.
Oh my god. Alright, Mr. Wright.
Maya's fingerprints are on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse?
What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Please stop calling me by my full name, it's disturbing.
I know!
Okay.
Okay.
This blood on the costume?
Yeah, lab results show that it's the victim's blood. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes?
Definitely not good. So were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence?
Oh, well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Let's move on. Yes, Miss Fun. Karma is perfectly correct.
Yeah. Now even the judge is on our side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Whoa!
Oh!
I almost, pressed things. Press further. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? And she's putting up her house inside the courtroom.
She fucking might, though.
There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There's a bullet hole in the robe.
Yeah.
There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder.
We did, Mr. Wright. Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect, and there's no way for you to poke a hole in it.
Except there's one in the room.
There's literally a hole.
Yeah. There is one little thing. So about the costume. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you're talking about?
Where did it touch you?
Where did it touch you?
I've come this far. There's no turning back
Show
now.
me on the doll.
The problem I have with this piece of hand.
Oh.
I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. That's where it touched me.
The sleeve? There is a tiny hole there. A hole. But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder.
Looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole.
Order. This is very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else.
Worrying at the time, press the check button for details. Oh, it wants me to examine it more?
Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. No.
Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding?
Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony that just now was a fluke, nothing more.
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
Well, I agree. It is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, but then...
No way.
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. He's sad.
Okay. Let me look at it. Where? It's on the other page.
Cheek.
Can I turn it? No. Okay. And ding ding. Yes. Defendant was attacked and killed a person who, without... He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't?
We can find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this Circumstances around this murder changes drastically.
No, we're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow and then I'll have her. I think I know which one I want to do.
Okay.
Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes. Having calling me by my full name is kind of weird feeling.
You said that my client was a person who, without a doubt, would not fight back. Was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean?
What does it mean?
Tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this not what it means to fight back?
You're right. Seems you're correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Dun 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 dun.
Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. If my X button would work.
Sifting. Huh.
What is that? Are you finished yet, Laugh?
Are you finished yet, Mr.
Okay.
Phoenix Wright? Miss Von Karma. It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim.
Okay.
However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plead. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defendant clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty.
Ugh.
Yeah. Not you. Why? That's right.
Ow.
Ow. Which means the defendant says yet to prove anything at all.
No.
Well, yeah, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to sustain even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Yes, sir. Right away, sir. I'll falsate for you. During the challenging, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close to, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. How do you know that's how that happened? Scenario you put together does make sense. No, it doesn't. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright.
On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
Please refrain from glaring at me like that! Now then, your cross-examination, please. Oh my god.
Okay. During channeling, there's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it would seem unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim.
Now that you mentioned it, yeah, I guess. Yeah. You think you can get away with such a flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? My Faye was in the middle of challenging, wasn't she not? When challenging with the grin challenging technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor.
I don't believe it. It's not butter. She even studied up on the Korean channeling technique.
Of course. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Same. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony. Okay.
All the two were fighting. Maya has never fired a gun in her life.
The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it by just by pulling the trigger.
Even me, I wonder.
Now do you understand? Avant Karma's logic is perfect.
His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. There's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it.
Okay.
The thing. The bullet hole thing again. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
Yeah, what do you mean?
This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Show me what you got.
Yes.
You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point-blank range. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn on this costume?
The gunpowder burn.
This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point-blank, burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Uh-oh.
But there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume.
This is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that you're a fucking robot. They were standing apart from each other.
Objection. I'm disappointed in Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that?
I wish I could punch a hole in your face.
With wishy-washy thinking like that? Anyone can explain anything anyway.
But I implore you to disprove my line of thinking.
Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that that he had fired. How was that?
As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far away after that.
Well, then... That's right, the defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy you. Even you. It'll just make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think.
Yeah.
Make...
Maybe.
Something that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's...
Well, obviously something doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor.
Fatal flaw. Ow. Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Somehow... show me. Show me something that contradicts my expectation.
There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Let's see. Oh yeah, the fucking folding screen.
Mm-hmm.
Present. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
Oh, what is that? A folding screen? I looked her down for a second.
Oh my god. I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen.
Yeah.
She acts like she got shot. Jesus. Looks like you already know what I'm talking about.
Where, what, how? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Are these two really that clueless?
Yes.
The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. Passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means it ricocheted. When the shot was fired, the defendant was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Order, order. Talk about this changes everything.
Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim was Dr. Gray. He was fired. He fired the shot. And the bullet hits the folding screen. It hit this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. I think she was like right here, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Or was she? Was she like...
She closer to that?
Maybe she was...
Folding?
I hope this is the right area. Somewhere around here. Uh-oh. The judge's face is scrunched like he's just smelled some serious bad breath. That is,
Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up.
Sure.
In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright. Oh, did you get a...
I got an F! Of course, whoops. What's done now? I should focus on where... I thought she was... God, where the fuck was she?
Was that off the map then?
It shouldn't be off the map.
Okay, that was weird.
Like, right here?
I think so. God, how are we supposed to remember? Dang.
Like...
I hope not.
I'm trying to... Would she have been, like, right here? She could have been hiding behind it? The square? Okay, there we go.
Wait a second. You know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole.
Because... God, I was, like, around that area. Couldn't accept it
I
at all.
know. But how can you judge the distance from that? She's angry.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it possible the defendant was standing much closer to the victim?
That's impossible.
But why?
You of all people should know that the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere close, there should be gunpowder burns present. However, there's nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume.
Ah!
She has to hug herself.
Curse you, Mr. Phoenix, right? You... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways away from the victim when she was not shot at. But you think that has changed the defendant's situation?
Yes? Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. Prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time?
Swatting all the way to the folding screen.
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be the folding screen? Be by the folding screen instead of preparing for to strike.
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job.
No.
Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster.
You're such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point? Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me.
Of course, all things to inherit. Why did it have to be the smarmy smile?
Detective, how dare you demand my perfect logic? How is this all my fault? You can start repairing your standing by first removing that three-stayed goatee. No, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Okay. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next with this.
That gotta be Lotta.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute break. After we this witness, we will hear from the next witness. Order. Chicken dinner. To be continued.
Who wears shorts? I wear
21st.
shorts.
June 21st. In short shorts. 11th.
Phew, that was a close one.
I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I can feel the death penalty hanging in there.
I don't think that's... Would she be the death penalty? Okay. I felt I was doing myself pretty close. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks? Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right?
By the way, is the next witness who I think it is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart.
Oh, I guess there's no executing here, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you saved me! If you lose, me and my sis, Ghost will come after you and haunt you! Your sister?
Oh, are you talking about Mystic Mia? Mystic Mia.
Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also next seater.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if they knew about her sister or not, because the aunt said nothing either.
Yeah.
June, still.
And June, still.
Kuro, recover. Ow. I can't say words. I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the challenging challenge. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please.
Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? It's fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know.
Name and occupation?
I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence get my fair self.
That's fine.
That's fine. This ain't fine, that's a whip.
I know. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder.
I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet.
She's so angry.
My name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
Now. Let's all be one, okay? be one happy family, okay? Are we one happy family? No.
I don't feel like we are.
No.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang, we hear the gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke down the door, and we rushed into the room. Inside, the dead victims... the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else inside that room.
Did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course. Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for yeah, reckon. Of course I did. Ow.
Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court.
The moment of truth. What will be in the picture? Let's see here. Here's the picture.
I've certainly seen that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Okay.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I will clear all doubt about my end through the cross-contamination. Just watch me.
Watch.
Was it really only those two that went in?
What are you blabbering about? You were there too, weren't you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them?
Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into the room.
Hold on, we can't have defendants testifying against its own kind.
Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the chamber channel and chamber. You hear?
But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you, witness? Continue?
Gunshot. Things. Victim dead. Are you sure, though? Because she took 2 pictures. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am, but the old witch chases out of the room, so... Old witch. Does she mean Morgan Fay? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... I think behind the folding screen. But...
Under the flooring. Funny.
What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Wreck given. What in the... Wreck given, you know. You reckon what? That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind the fold screen.
If I have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Given. I mean, I have I have a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as reckon... Oh. Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony or don't you?
Her story adds up. What's worse, I was there at the scene of the crime with her. Her story is exactly how would I have told it to. Okay. We were waiting outside.
She said this gunshot, but wasn't there 2 gunshots?
Was it really a gunshot?
Are you insane? You must have heard it all as well.
Ugh.
Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot?
Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot.
Why were you listening to the test of this time?
The world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the store heats up.
Okay.
Well, we already know
Word.
that. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room?
God. I was murdered. Look.
Lotta, at a time like this... Times like these are perfect for snapping up shots. Anyway, what's going on here? This girl, is she Maya? When you saw the murder at the time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see.
Order. Miss Hart, you're here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, sorry. Good, let's shift things back to my side.
For defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. Witness, think back to when these two entered the channeling chamber.
When they entered?
One of these people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in.
So we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly.
Rats, and I'm trapped like one again. So why are there those two are in the room?
Okay. No one else. No. God.
Wrong button.
Oh.
Okay, let's see if I can go back through. Behind the folding screen. No. Ow. I think... Is this new?
Oh. No, it's not. It's the same.
Her story adds up. What's worse, I was there at the scene of the crime with her. And her story exactly how I would have told it too. Okay.
Yeah.
The only one I haven't done anything with is he broke down the door.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke down the door.
Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then?
Yes, Mr. Von Karma. I mean, Miss Von Karma. I broke down the door. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? Because nobody expects it. No need for apology. That was great. You're a real man.
Oh, really? That's something I would like to see.
The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. Just as I thought, there was nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Yay.
Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the challenge chamber, and the victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if you think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant.
What am I gonna do if I was just let this go?
What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say.
make one more wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in the photo? I don't have anything.
Don't know.
I don't think I have anything.
Well, that's right.
Nothing, Your Honor.
That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up and trying to prove this is not my fate.
I'm looking at the photo more. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, where's the photo? Yeah. So, the fucking dialogue isn't there so I can actually look at it. There's something on her right shoulder. I don't know if that's just lighting or if that's something there.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument.
That's enough.
Is this it? Is this all I could do?
I think it's quite obvious to the court that a verdict of the not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally. 100% impossible. Miss Van Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning wouldn't be needed. Well, about the defendant, no further questions, I presume?
I couldn't protect Maya. The defense...
Ah! She flashed.
Oh,
Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
No. Yeah. Oh.
I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? That's so...
I'm concerned.
Because she's using Pearl's body, right?
Yeah. But Pearl's...
Her clothes are a little bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go.
But how? She's already taken every advantage.
The advantage is still in your hand? Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the challenging channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday?
Dr. Gray.
I was murdered.
What? A lot at a time like this. Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots.
You see, there's one final piece to this puzzle.
Mia.
Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period.
Please wait, Your Honor. Defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time.
Overruled. I shake. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, it's fine. I'll allow another testimony. I found Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. What better time than time for you to, for this to see that? But, I mean, I have some place I must go for after this. Alright, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony.
Well, hell, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it.
See, you got through to the judge somehow, right?
Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Part 2. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Nothing sounds different from before.
Some parts of her testimony were very vague. She pressed around those sections.
Struggle all you like as you test the bittersweetness of your defeat. Well, I assume, ease me with your useless question, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? God.
Okay, let's see. Broken, okay. Doo-doo. Can you show us the other picture?
Mm-hmm.
2, right? 2 what? 2 shots.
There we go.
You took 2 shots.
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Miss Hart, where's the other picture you've been withholding? No, you got it all wrong, it's not me. I didn't do anything bad. I know I can... Wait, I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself.
Then why have you not shown us what you got, other picture?
Well, ain't it obvious that prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it? Like,
yep.
Von Karma.
Yep, they always withhold stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence.
Forgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this, you're as bad as your father.
Unless I think it's blurry.
I feel like I'll get contempt if I do anything.
Oh, okay.
I want to, though, but what would the judge do? I'm so mad that even my throat's clenching up. I better let the judge handle this.
Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important, and those felt no need to submit it, that's all.
How could you think?
The picture was more or less the same, so I bothered with the second one. I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence.
More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that?
If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it.
Her face.
That doesn't... Her face!
That looks like,
that looks like
sister.
Yeah, it does. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture that Wins took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-centered, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. I think the important point here is a person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. Yup. What in the meaning of this?
This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or shouldn't I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Well, they do say her image does change.
Yeah.
It's no good. We've been through this so many times.
It's not like you, Mr. Wright. Why are you not objecting? The person in this photo is clearly not the defendant, and yet...
Hold on, I want to look at the picture. Okay, that's what I thought. There's no bullet hole in the sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
She's also looking down. She's like, nice boobs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
This is why he can raise an object and hope to live. Explain yourself. Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture.
Where the fuck?
This was taken yesterday at a detention center visitor's room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant Maya Fey during his visit. Maya Fey? But is this a totally different person? She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of challenging a spirit. Yeah, she's gonna challenge it. It's unbelievable, the can she... Yeah, it is the truth. When my Fae is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Now they changed it! Miss Von Karma, a word, if I may?
Mia.
Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely, you must know that picture cannot be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is legal. But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place.
What is she?
From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. They're just like boobs.
I don't even have a single witty line.
It looks like like Robin had. I don't claim to understand this, but I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is defendant my Fae?
If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that this person in this picture is not Maya?
God, it looks...
Yes, I can. Your Honor?
Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see you.
This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now.
Yeah, there's a contradiction. So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly where they touched you?
I think it was a side. Well, I hope it was a side. Please direct your attention here.
To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. Exactly.
And that's exactly what is odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing.
Should be there? Oh.
She had a fucking moan. There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well.
Miss Van Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this.
Alright, this should do some major damage to her argument.
Don't celebrate yet.
You like to bring down the mood, don't you?
I'll bring this house down. Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face.
Ugh, she's got that constant grin plastered all over her face again.
Jumping the gun again? I see, Your Honor. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of these incompetent fools. What do you mean? What incompetent fools? If these fools down in the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, it would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see.
She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything.
Yeah. You can't prove it. Franziska Von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need to not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure that detective gets what's coming. Oh. I'm sure there will be a great gashing of teeth in his next salary. Gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion.
Poor gumshoe.
Yeah. In any case, this is a very big problem. when the defendant has taken into custody. Her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, oh god, from this photo it would appear that right after the shooting there was done. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got one shot.
I've got it. Watch this, Maya. We've made him confused. It was super effective. Your Honor, there's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. Was it? Would it be the shooter? Someone else? Hold on. Yes. Yes. Of course. I totally believe myself. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. I had to think about the thing after I pushed it.
Yeah.
However, this person's clearly does not.
Yeah,
There can
because
only be
it's...
one explanation. Yeah. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether.
Oh, what? Order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow.
Why me?
The defendant's argument is a complete mess.
Complete mess. I fail to see how. Please enlighten us.
Hey, witness.
Yeah.
Witness.
Is there any way to ask a girl a favor?
Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room.
Well, you know.
If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see.
Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you? I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest.
You see, now, riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Where did the defendant vanish to? Where did this other woman appear from?
Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Yeah. Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this person poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? Cotton Eye Joe. That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on. You can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright.
I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. But I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this?
Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? Take my hand.
To turn things around? Like a record, baby?
Roundabouts.
That's right, Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective.
Phoenix.
So where did this intruder appear from, and where did they go? Cotton Eye Joe. I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? What if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either of one of those conditions were true.
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think... This is something I can't explain yet. No, I think Maya did leave the room because she had the fucking key.
Yeah.
But there was only one door, but... There was no other door.
That we know of.
Mm-hmm. Maya left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this.
Oh, how foolish. Fool makes a foolishing face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. My Faye was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Faye. Okay. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see see some evidence prove that they're from the murder until the time of the arrest. The defendant had left the room.
Miss Hart, do you remember this key? She also could have blasted her way out. Well, I've seen it. Hey, this is the channel and chamber key, right? Before the channel and started, Maya locked the door from the inside of that.
The defendant herself locked the door?
Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. The key is only one of a kind, after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Yes? Looks like she's catching on.
I'm afraid to ask, but why is the key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yeah, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Oh, well, ain't that a kick. So how come you're holding it? Got this as a present from a certain little girl.
Mmm.
And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time.
That's preposterous.
This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key, you see, before you and me.
No.
I must turn this into a musical.
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? Tune in next time. The defendant is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof of this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Van Karma.
How can this be?
At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case? How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I'll get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you'd like to continue, do it so in the lobby. Court will review tomorrow at 10 p.m. 9 a.m. That's too early. That is all. Court is adjourned. June 21st still. 1:32 p.m.
Wow! That was you, really? You used some assist?
Yes, I felt I had no choice.
Great going, Pearly! I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, do you know?
Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room.
And I don't think that a person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, no, that's not my voice. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance.
Yeah, I'm coming to you.
Oh, I envy the two of you.
Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me?
Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Ticket? Poor thing, so sheltered.
She very much is sheltered to continue in the trains.